Music has always been an important part of life in West Africa. Music partakes many functions in society. It communicates ideas, values, and feelings. It celebrates historic events and important occasions in people's lives. The music traditions of West Africa continue to influence both African and world culture.
The culture of Western music favors melody and instrumentation. You can find rhythm at the core of West African music, the texture and layering from the percussion, especially the drums used, adding color and life to the culture of West African music.
Rhythm is one of the biggest aspects of West African music. West African music is polyrhythmic because it has more than one rhythm in their songs. Instruments is a big part of polyrhythmic music, but they also use their bodies such as stomping and clapping to create more rhythms within music. Most Western African music is structured by beats played over one another at the same time.
West Africa is famous for its imaginative instruments, designed from materials close to hand. Three traditional instruments that have been used by the griots are the balafon, the gani, and kora.
The djembe is prolific throughout West African countries. The rhythms of the drum have associated dances and meanings. The drums speak in codes, which is the language of the tribes, and they are also used to communicate news and messages between towns. Here's a recording of the djembe.
The balafon is a type of xylophone. It's an original griot instrument used in Guinea. It's made of wooden bars laid across a frame. The musician playing it strikes the bars with a mallet or hammer to make melodies. Here's a recording of the balafon.
The ngoni is a small string instrument made of hollowed out wood carved into a canoe shape. The instrument's strings are made of thin fishing line. Most popular traditional string instrument in Mali. Here's a recording of the ngoni instrument.
The kora is a harp-like instrument with 21 strings. It's made of a gourd that has been cut in half and covered with cowhide. The strings are also made of fishing line. Some modern musicians in West Africa combine the sounds of this instrument with electronic music. Here's a recording of the kora.
The talking drum is like an hourglass shaped drum whose pitch can be regulated to mimic the tone of human speech. It has two drum heads connected by leather tension cords. which allows the player to modulate the pitch of the drum by squeezing the cords between their arm and body. The talking drum is known for its ability to closely imitate the rhythm of intonations of the spoken word and create dialogue which can be understood by a knowledgeable audience. Here's a recording of the talking drum.
Dancing is a major part of West African tradition for their music. Western African music is performed at many different times, such as ceremonies, rituals, important events, success, or try to have a spiritual connection with the dead. Some of their music tells stories, and the dance routines are based on what story the song is telling. Dancers also use their hands and feet to create rhythms within songs.
Dancers are seen wearing masks as a part of their tradition as a sign of the spirits and as a part of their religion as well. The fabric on their costumes are supposed to reflect the status of people within their society. Costumes are usually worn during special occasions and ceremonies. One example of clothing is bark cloths, which is made out of fur, skin, and bark off the trees, but it's worn around the hips of men and women or covered over their bodies. There is also tribal clothing, which is made out of printed fabric, but is also created with seashells, animal tails, grass, bells, and ostrich eggshells. With the clothing, a lot of the anklets, bracelets, and necklaces are also part of the costume as well. Animal skin was often a major role in the costumes during rituals because it was a good luck charm and a good sign of health.